Well, folks, it's day 7 of our 8-day course. The moment of truth has arrived. Get ready. The roller coaster ride is almost over, but the biggest dip is right here at the end. So I hope that you've been looking ahead every day, that you've been thinking about what you're going to be doing and how you're going to be doing it, that you've already started thinking about how you're going to put together your research proposal. And, well, gosh, here we are. So, as always, start at the top, move to the bottom. The objectives for today are to learn how to draft a literature review which synthesizes empirical research. A couple of days ago, we looked very carefully at what you could do using the online databases through Lehigh's library webpage. You hopefully have already identified some literature that is relevant to your topic, that has looked at real, empirical, observable, measurable data and tried to synthesize some of that or summarize some of that. You are being asked for today to actually draft a literature review section for your research proposal. And you're also learning what the key elements of a research proposal are. All right, so let's walk through this a little bit. Several learning modules. One of them is simply synthesizing empirical research. Now, as I point out, there are some videos that I'm recycling here below because I think they do, if I do say so myself, they do a nice job of overviewing what a literature review looks like. And in particular, I developed these for a different course. And so you'll hear me talk about this critical synthesis literature review for a course called CIE 400. But I think that the content here is applicable beyond that. In fact, I know it is. And so I'd like for you to think about how you can synthesize empirical research for your literature review for this class as well. And I want you to note that the way that I talk about it in these videos is a little different than what you'll be doing for this class. This critical synthesis literature review was a major end of the year course assignment for CIE 400. But for EDUC 403, your class, it's simply one key element of your larger research proposal. So keep that in mind. Take a look at these different videos on the literature review. There's several parts, each about 10 minutes. And so you've got, I think, 30 minutes total of video on lit review. And then I'd like for you to look at a couple of online article web pages. One is key elements of the research proposal, and one is writing a research proposal. And then I would like for you to just go ahead and try to draft a review of the literature of empirical research for your topic, whatever your topic is for your research proposal that you're putting together as part of the assignment for this class. I'd like for you to include about 5 subsections that cover overlapping constructs or variables. So remember, a couple of days ago we used the example of cross-national research, gender differences, and reading literacy. Those are 3 constructs or variables that I was using as an example. Maybe I'd want to have a section that looks at what empirical literature looks like when it is looking at cross-national research, or what empirical literature looks like when it's looking at gender differences in education, or what empirical literature looks like when it's looking at reading literacy, and how those 3 elements overlap. All right, so about 3 sections on that. I'd like for you to do one section that looks at different methodologies that tend to be used for research that is relevant to your topic. Is it more quantitative? Is it more qualitative? Is there more of a mixed design of qualitative and qualitative? Is it more survey? Is it more ethnography? Is it more, how detailed can you get? And then finally, I'd like for you to review the literature by looking at what kinds of theories are being used to frame the research that you are reviewing or that you did review. Are there certain theories that are named that are used? Do you find that a lot of research is published that is atheoretical, meaning that it doesn't have any noticeable or particularly relevant theory framing it? I'd like for you to talk about that a little bit in also about one section. So your literature review draft should be about 5 sections. Those sections can be anywhere from a couple of paragraphs to a page or 2. I wouldn't go longer than that. I think that would be more than enough. So think about how much time you're dedicating to this. And then I'd like for you to email your draftlet review to me by the end of the day, whatever the end of the day is in your time zone. And of course, end everything by leaving a comment or a question or a reply in this leave a reply section at the bottom of the page. Day 7, folks. One more day. I'm excited.